I just finished the call with my co-founder, and oh my god, it's such an interesting journey, like a completely different world of building a startup. It's very exciting. At the same time, it's scary. You want to get all the advice you can. You want to test like different features on your followers and your customers, see how they like it. It's such an interesting process, and the more I work on it, the more like we do these calls, I talk to different founders, different investors, the more I want to create content and share how different things work for me. What would I suggest to like people that are just starting fundraising or starting going through startup building? I just feel like I want to create this community around it and see if we can help each other, because it's an interesting journey. It's definitely a process, and whatever help we can get and share, I think that's super valuable. So this video is going to be like a quick video of me sharing 10 things I realized after I started working on a startup and started fundraising. Let's go. The first thing is that you need people. You need to get as many connections as you can. That's a very interesting part, especially if you are not really good with like building connections, talking to different people. And that's where the video that I filmed with a girl that kind of like helped me at the beginning of my fundraising journey, we posted the video on YouTube so you can look at it. Basically, we're talking about like building connections, networking, sending the first email to an investor, all those scary stuff that you come across as a startup founder, as someone who needs to work on this. We discuss it all there, so watch it. It's going to be very beneficial for you. Number 2, you want to go on social media. You want to start posting on like different channels, and that's not only because you can get clients from social media, but you can also get all kinds of support that you can think of right now. For example, people may be able to introduce you to other people. We are talking about investors, or I found my attorney who helps us with like legal advice and due diligence documents and all that kind of stuff. I got her through my social media connections, as well as I found this girl that I talked about in ʟᴇᴛ'ᴱ in the first point. This one is very important, and of course you can also leverage that community that you have on like bringing you more leads or referring you to some other people, or actually being your first customers. Number 3, don't forget to ask for advice. Talk to as many people as you can. Those can be your friends that don't know anything about startups. Those can be startup founders that are building something similar to your product. Those can be investors that are not interested in investing in you, but are willing to share their feedback. So the reason for those conversations is for you to understand, first of all, people can give you ideas that you haven't thought of. Second of all, some of those people went through a similar process, so they can share better ways of doing that. And the third one is, of course, you get advice / feedback on what you're building, and you can implement some of those things to the platform that you're working on or to the flow of your company. Number 4, if you are not technical, if you are a product marketing person, kind of who I am, find a co-founder. Because when I started doing this, building a startup, applying to different accelerators, I thought like I can just hire developers. I don't need a co-founder. I don't want to like deal with, you have to get a compromise. You have to discuss things. You're not anymore the sole owner of your company. That's like on the bad side of things. But on the great side of things is that you get in a partner. You are not alone anymore. You don't pay for like coding kind of side of things. And it's extremely beneficial because no developer will actually care about your business as much as your co-founder. So you might want to find one, and there is a cool platform where I actually connected with my co-founder. It's called Y Combinator Co-founder Matching Platform. I'm gonna give you a link here and in the description. So check it out. There are so many cool profiles, and yeah, we've been working together from February with my co-founder now. Number 5, if you don't know where to start, if you don't have any much of a capital, if you are at like a very early stage and you need all the help you can get, apply to different accelerators. There are a lot of cool programs that also give you this initial funding. Some of them give you the funding right away, and some of them you have to go through the program to get the funding. We got into Antler, which is a in-person New York accelerator. It's 2 months program that starts next month. I'm thrilled about that program, and I'm just excited not only about like getting a potential capital, but also using all the connections and all the wisdom we can from people that we're gonna work with at the Antler. That I think it's absolutely amazing. It's crazy, and if you can get accepted to one of those programs, do it. Number 6, figure out how you can spend more time on your startup. It could be getting a job that has more of a flexible schedule, or going part-time on the job, or completely quitting your job, which sounds so amazing. Just like news here, I was gonna do this separate video talking about it, but I quit my job, and that's the last month that I'm working, finishing up whatever is left. Like when I'm gonna go to Antler, October 1st is going to be the first day that I'm gonna be working on my startup full time, and I'm so excited about that. You can't even imagine. It's been my dream to quit my job, and I've done that by leveraging some of the assets that I had, basically like my personal savings that I'm able to use right now while we're doing the fundraising and working on the startup. That will be extremely important for my startup to get as much time as possible, and for me to work on it full time. So if there is an opportunity for you to do so, again, like not necessarily quitting a job, but maybe figuring out your schedule just so you have more time. Number 7, don't aim for a perfect MVP. MVP is a minimum value product. So you want your first MVP just do the basic functions to just connect you to the audience, to be able to test your product, your platform, whatever you're working on, to be able to bring you some first revenue, not be a completely like full product that's ready to be used and ideal. If you think about it, great companies like Amazon started with selling electronic books, right? It was never this platform that got so big right now. Airbnb was just the platform that was not able to accept payments at first, right? People handed cash to each other, like guests to their tenants. You don't want your MVP to be great. You want it to be good enough, and you want to test what's happening. So that's the advice I heard from anyone and from everyone, and I think that's what we're doing right now, just to see how it goes, and then we'll be adding more and more features as we grow. Number 8, when you pitch to different investors, when you are working on your pitch deck, when you are in this fundraising journey, share a story, make it as more personal as possible, because it's not that appealing and interesting when you're just talking about a product. You want to share how it helped you, how it's helping the world, how amazing the product is. And from this, we're going to number 9, that you want to broadcast this story all over the internet, especially all over the LinkedIn, because that's where potential investors, people that are going to introduce and refer you, are going to see your story, and you want them to know you. You want them to kind of like root for you, to hope that whatever you're working on is going to work out, that is going to help people. And another cool idea slash advice here is that make sure that the product that you're working on actually helped you, and you can show that you're an expert in this product. It could be different things, like for example, my startup, it's a booking platform where we help international students come to the US, find an educational institution, go through the whole application process, get accepted, get the visa support, adaptation support when they come to the US. And I wanted to be a resource for all the international students coming to the US. And the thing is that I was one of the international students coming to the US less than 10 years ago when I was 19 years old. And it was extremely complicated. I faced so many different issues. And I just want with all my heart to help that Karyna, 19-year-old Karyna, go through this process easier. And that's why I'm working on a startup. So you want the story and the product that you're working on to align, and the world to know about that. And number 10 here, the last but not least, is don't give up. If it's something that you think is going to solve a problem, that it helps you or helps someone else you know, and you know deep down that that's your purpose, that you're gonna do it, don't give up, even if it's taking a longer time than it took someone else. Do whatever you can, explore different options, talk to more people. Again, think of different innovative ideas, but don't give up if it's your purpose. Because if you're gonna continue making progress, people will remember that, people will see you. And in this point as well, you want to make sure that you keep everyone posted, whoever you spoke to and who said that they like your company, that they want to stay in touch, they want to learn more. Create a spreadsheet for investors, where you can add your friends in that spreadsheet as well, not only investors, but you want to send monthly, every couple months, updates to those investors, keeping them in the loop of what's happening with your startup. Because again, when you raise the money, you're gonna let them know. When you launch your MVP, you're gonna let them know. When there is something cool happening, you want to let them know, just so they can see there is progress. And at the end of the day, some of them might invest. It might not happen in a month, it might happen in 6 months. That's what I'm telling myself with this list, but you never know. Don't give up, keep doing that. And again, whatever I just told you, this is just a subjective perspective / experience that I faced as a startup founder who's been a startup founder for less than a year. But I think it's very refreshing, new, and it's really good because all this, whatever I just shared with you, I gathered it from different people, from different investors, from so many people that I met throughout this journey. And the more ideas, experience I'm gonna get, the more I'm gonna share with you. But I just think this is very good and important. So if you can, want, and it resonates with you, implement it. Otherwise, let me know if you have any questions, especially if you have any feedback and suggestions in terms of fundraising and networking and company building, startup building. Please let me know in the comments below. I would love to, get all the wisdom we can. Again, because it's pretty new and exciting and scary, but I know that that's my purpose and that's why I'm doing it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next videos. Bye-bye.